Black Panther movie soundtrack and other Kendrick work. If you listen to Victory Lap from Nipsey Hussle, you'll hear him talk about Africa, being an African king. You talk about slave ships. You know, obviously you have your affiliations from your neighborhood and the way you were raised, right? But I find it very interesting that there's certain street dudes in hip hop that want to talk about culture and the importance of family. Where does that come from for you?
Well, you know, we talked about it off camera. My dad was born in Africa, in a country called Eritrea, and he spent the first 20 years of his life over there. You know what I mean? So I was born and raised in LA. You know, I wasn't able to go back and really understand that side of my culture until I was 18 myself. But a lot of who I am, I understood more once I went over there, and just who I thought I was naturally, and parts of my personality and what I was just interested in, you know, is connected to my dad's side, you know. And so I got to meet my grandmother, I got to meet my cousins and everything. And
Eritrea. And for the audience, I know because Laura, I think it was you asked the other day, where's Eritrea?
Right.
Eritrea is in Ethiopia. It was a small territory. There was a civil war, and now it's its own separate country. And we could talk about that's a whole other
that's a long,
political
100%.
conversation. But Eritreans, Ethiopians,
pretty much the same. It's like
same zone. Same.
It's like New York. You got all the boroughs. Everybody a New Yorker. It's different nuances,
tribes.
You know what I'm saying? But pretty much you're a New Yorker. You know what I mean? So in that part, it's East Africa. It's called the Horn of Africa. Ethiopia, Eritrea. The political divide is not doesn't trickle down to the people. Everybody still feel like they want people, and they, you know, everybody has pride in they country because it was a war fought.
And also, if you want to do research on Ethiopia, it's one of the only African countries to never be conquered by white people.
Wasn't colonized ever. Yeah,
wasn't colonized.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So still to this day. So that's a whole other combo.
That's the
only
part of Africa that wasn't. And so that's like you was talking about. It's just a pride to be from that part of Africa. There's a big pride, and even Jamaicans and Rastafarians, if that's the way you say it, Rastafari, they identify with the culture of Ethiopia and Eritrea, just based on the fact that it was never colonized. But that's a whole nother convo that, you know, they got experts that we gotta be real careful about because they'll check us on our facts. But nah, you know, one thing that I noticed when I went over there that's really different than our culture here in America is, and it doesn't sound too deep, but it really is, was how everything is based around food, right? So imagine every day from 12 noon to 3 p.m., the whole city shut down and everybody go home and eat. So like we at work right now, we'll stop what we doing at noon and you'll go home to your kids and your wife. You'll go home to your husband and your kids. You'll go home.
That one thing they killed Dr. Sebi will make somebody go research who Dr. Sebi.
Like, you feel me? Like, everybody think that, oh, Nipsey Hussle got killed because he was in a gang. See, that's what they want y'all to think. Nipsey Hussle got killed because he was doing that documentary on that doctor, the one that said he can cure AIDS, and then all of a sudden or whatever, he got found dead. He got found dead or whatever. And
why you think they killed him?
Why do they kill all holistic doctors?
Right.
Messing up the medical industry.
You short-stopping their grind. Why do niggas get killed for hustling in front of a nigga spot? You short-stopping the grind. And these niggas, they check is billions. You got niggas that get flipped for a couple $100,000. So you playing with some pharmaceutical money, you know. And what's crazy, I'm working on doing a documentary on the trial in 1985.
And I don't know if this is related or not, but if you guys remember, Nipsey Hussle, he started working on this Dr. Sebi project. And a lot of people were like, you know, Nipsey Hussle needs to be protected. He was working on this Dr. Sebi documentary.
In 1979, I think it was, you were charged in New York City with practicing medicine without a license. And I would advise my viewers who might be questioning your authenticity that you won that case. Now, so the charge was practicing